Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we're going to be building a micro home for Oasis Springs. Now this is a stacked tiny home, so there's 16 tiles on the bottom and 16 tiles up at the top, with like a little balcony that I faked using some of the tricks that I've seen other people use. It didn't really work for me at first, but then I figured it out later on. And I'm going for more of like a modern kind of feel for the outside, but it kind of loses that modern in the inside. I go back and forth with the window placement and the door placement a lot during the beginning of the video, but the outside was pretty easy, just a box on top of a box, so it's not that difficult. And so I add these supports because I felt like it was a little uneven, but it probably doesn't need that. And I start furnishing, and I move around this ladder a lot too, because it's kind of hard to fit the ladder in somewhere where it's against a wall and not blocking off parts of the room upstairs, because we need to fit a bathroom and a bedroom up there. And I'm just placing some filler furniture as of right now. Well, some of it stays, but I'm just putting lights in so that you can see and that I can see better. There's a lot of windows in this house. There's a bunch of windows on the front side and the right side that you can see from the street. It's a very orange color scheme, and the fridge and the oven do not stay that color. I believe they're white in the end, but I'm not positive, but I don't think they are bright teal. So I mess around with the layout of the living room quite a bit. I sort by tiny living, because tiny living stuff kind of fits in this area because it's smaller. So I had the like nightstand kind of thing, and then the couches I use. And I like that couch. I like the swatches. Some of them are out there, but a lot of them you can use in tiny homes because there's not a big area, so the pattern isn't that obnoxious. See, here you can see that I was trying to fit in a dining table and a living area and the kitchen, and that just wasn't going to work out. There was not enough space for that. So I move around the table and the door and the windows and the ladder, all the stuff downstairs a lot. And we end up putting the kitchen on the wall where the ladder currently is, where we're doing right now. And we totally get rid of the dining table. There is a dining table outside on the patio though, so they do have somewhere to sit. But this layout takes me quite a bit of time to figure out that I just need to really just get rid of the table and chairs, because they can just sit on the couch and the chair if really necessary, if they don't want to go outside. So I made this little sitting area. I'm not sure if you can use that, like the countertop next to the chair. But it is functional because I end up not putting a sink in the kitchen, so that's not the best. You do have to go upstairs for a sink, but it's not the end of the world because you can just put one in or just put a dishwasher or a trash can, because it does about the same thing. And I definitely go back and forth with the color scheme because, as you can see right now, there's a bunch of orange, yellow, blue. The oranges are kind of different. And then I realized that the fences are just in the middle of the room, and they can walk through that. I did play test this entire build. It is functional. And here I changed the couches to white with just colored pillows, and I match that to the dressers upstairs. And so they have two dressers because you always need storage, but I think I actually did get rid of those at the end because I gave them the door out to the patio so they could get in there, and it's also leads to a ladder that goes down into the porch because there's not a door downstairs because there was not enough room for a dining table or a door, so there's just not much downstairs. And it's probably about this time that you're realizing that there's not a bathroom in this house. I do fix that later, like last 30 seconds of the video. I figure out that there's no bathroom because I look at it and I realize that there isn't a bathroom, so this upstairs layout gets shifted a bit, but you still can use both of the sides of the bed, and the bathroom is fully functional. It's a 3x1 bathroom, and it has a shower, sink, and a toilet, and I did play test it, and it does work, and I've seen it in other people's builds, but there's only really a bed, the paintings, and a dresser upstairs along with the bathroom, so there's not much, but it definitely isn't boring upstairs. There's still a lot of decoration, and I spend a lot of time fiddling with this area just to delete it later, because that's where the door goes, is where that mirror is. And then I go through all of the like wood and floors and decide on this orange one because it kind of matches the wood scheme that I was going through with the downstairs and the nightstands. Also, this area where the fancy light and the bookshelf eventually are does get deleted. There may be a bookshelf downstairs, I don't remember, that I put in the end, but so far there is decoration there that will not be there in the future. I painted just white because it already had a lot of color everywhere, and I changed these rugs so they match a bit more. I pushed that bookshelf farther into the wall, but it's not really necessary. So then I go try and figure out what fence I want, and I went with this glass one, and I had a lot of difficulties because it was saying that it was more tiles than it actually was, so I put more of the fences being fake than just that one side. I move it closer to the front because I just tend to build farther back in the lot and then move it forward a lot. You've probably seen that. And I mess around with the color scheme of the paintings and like the inner walls. I make that inner wall brick because I thought it looked cool, match the outside. I do spend a lot of time putting plants around the building, but I don't think majority of them stay. I spend a lot of time looking for things to put around it, but then I also delete that and then don't have the plants either. So everything under those columns, there isn't anything there. And so then I put some trees on the outside just so it, fills up the lot a bit more. I figured out what tile I wanted. I use that tile all the time, so it's not that much of a shocker that I use that. It's pretty plain and boring. It's not bright red, so that's why I use it. And see, here's the ladder that I put, and there's currently not a door to the outside, so they can't use that unless they want to get out. If they can walk through the bushes, which they did when I was playtesting it, so they just walk through the bush, it's fine. And I put a chess table back here with the new chairs from the Hispanic update, or the Latin American update. I don't remember what they called it. They called it something like that. And I put more pavers back here and put the chess table against the bushes, which they do walk through again, so that's one area that they can't walk through. And here's the dining table that is outside, so that there is a small area that they can all sit together, which is good, because, well, I guess there's only 1 to 2 Sims, but if they want friends over, that's a place where they can hang out. And then I don't know what this is called, like a lattice, I think. I've heard that before. That's probably really wrong, though. And I put that above the dining area, and then I put some plants above it, because maybe it'll shelter it a bit more. Not really, it'll probably just drop leaves on you. But that doesn't count as tiles because I removed the floor tile piece, so it's just open. So then, yeah, I put the plants, just a base game green plant that I put a couple places because this part of Oasis Springs is grassy, so that's the benefit of this area. And this is where I go in and I put a trash can and a mailbox out front. And it's about the time where I realized that there's not a bathroom in this house. Right here. So I delete everything on that side and I scoot the bed over. I end up scooting it a bit farther back over to the right so that you can use that left side, so I can have the bathroom. And then that's just a useless square. Sorry about that, you have one less square. But you can get up on that ladder because they can just jump across. And they did do that in my build. Sometimes they chose to go up the other ladder in the patio too, which is weird, but whatever. But yeah, this bathroom is fully plate tested and it works, so that's good. So It's about screenshots time. So I post 4 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, so you can watch another video on Saturday. Bye.